both of y'all wearing that nylon shit up here.
I just tried to slim myself down. So
I got you. It's all good, man.
I'm fat today.
The black makes you look slimmer.
Sometimes. I think it's how I sit.
Yeah, true. What's going on, y'all? 75JUNCTION, it's your boy Sherm. These are my co-hosts, Anthony and Shiino. Unfortunately, Aric won't be joining us today. He had things to attend to. He has to work tomorrow, so he had to go get some rest. I want to start this podcast off by bringing attention to the wall over here. The wall is now repaired. It is good. I don't want nobody else commenting on my shit, trolling me, talking about it needs to get done. It's done.
Niggas was talking shit about
They was talking hella greasy, man. It's
Anybody
good now,
that
though.
Didn't know about his wall, now you know.
Now you
his
know.
wall was jacked up because of
And
him.
I even took it upon myself to say, you know what? Since the wall's jacked up and I painted it, I'm going to paint the whole damn room. So I painted the whole room pure white. I've painted the ceiling white. Yes, the ceiling is painted. Everything is good. We out here. So to start this podcast off, I want to just talk about Xxxtentacion dropped the album. Not him personally, but his management. They released his album called Skins. And everybody here has heard it, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what's y'all's opinions on it?
I love it. It's great.
That's it?
I mean,
I thought you were going to go into more detail.
I think greatness speaks for itself. I mean,
It does speak for itself.
I
but
like it.
You like it? Okay. I mean,
It's great.
I mean, so me personally, obviously, you know, I'm an X fan, but it really just shows his versatility. You know what I'm saying? Because the album in and of itself it's a somber album, but it's also got like his like rock like screaming in there,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's got, you know, like it's just real stuff.
Sound a little bit like 6ix9ine on one of them.
What?
On the one that's like
I will not let you subjectify X on this show.
No, I'm talking about like the way he raps, like that, like yelling type of thing. On one of them, one of the rock ones.
I think X was
I forgot
first.
which song that was.
Yeah, X was doing it first, but
It's all
I'm just saying.
nah, I feel you.
He sounded similar to him.
I disagree, but I feel you. And
it is what it is.
I think we should get Ron.
Y'all are salty.
I think we should get him a shirt that says "subjectify" on it because that seems to be your favorite word.
It really
I think
is.
that would
Yeah.
be nice. I will actually love that.
I think
shit.
you use
Okay.
it about 4 times a day.
Nah,
That's just around me.
Nah, it's way more than 4.
That was just around me.
Way more than
I don't know.
I even tell my kids don't subject.
I could have went to the bathroom and he's like popped out 3 more. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're right. But yeah, no, the album was great, man. I mean, I really enjoyed that album as a whole. I think it was a good project. It was a short project, obviously, because when you make a postmortem album, you only have
Absolutely, yeah.
a few things
So
to
much
work with.
content.
Right,
Yeah.
so they took the content that he did have and they made a nice solid project out of it. So
Right.
it was real
Yeah.
heartfelt, for especially people that did like him a lot. You know what I'm saying? It made you feel like he was still here, kind of. And then you have like people that can't really let go. So like I was reading through YouTube comments on one of his videos.
Still
that-
alive. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, on the song in particular I'm talking about is the Train Food song.
Yeah.
And that song is a really good song, but people were saying that he was like foreshadowing his death. They were talking about like, because one of the lines in the song was, I was dressed for winter, but the summer rays were kissing me. And when he died, he had like a jacket on and a hoodie, and it was summertime. So
But I mean, there's been plenty of artists who said like some controversial things before they passed away that I mean, you can use Tupac, for instance, like
Easy.
Right.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. Like,
Definitely.
there's plenty of people who's rapped their death before it happened. So I mean,
yeah, Tupac.
But then
It
again,
makes me
about
think
that.
about y'all see
Tupac's
that.
kinda a bad
You see that
example,
skit
though,
that Dave
'cause-
Chappelle did on Dave Chappelle's show about Tupac?
yeah, when he
Like
was
Tupac was rapping, but he was
Right.
saying the people that was in the club.
this song a long time ago.
That guy with the red shirt. That's hilarious.
But yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's that deep. I mean, a lot of times when people lose people or people that they idolize, like celebrities and things like that,
Right.
they try to rationalize their death and they try
Yeah.
to make it seem like there was something else to it. Like some people still think he's alive, and I'm like, just let
Right.
the man rest in peace. You
I
know
just
what I'm
don't
saying?
think anybody would go as far as a gravesite and all that extra. I mean, then you have fans who've seen him in the casket, like those who went to the funeral. So it's like,
Right.
Just let it go.
And it's still something to be like, oh, that's a fake body or something like that. Like,
yeah, it's a
Yeah, they
cadaver.
got this whole clone thing that they have going around too. Like,
Oh, you're talking about what's that rapper's name? Kid Boo or whatever. He was talking about he got a clone.
Dave Chappelle's family is also saying that Dave Chappelle's a clone now as well.
What?
Yeah, they was like, that's not the Dave that we
There's
know.
so many conspiracy things online. You go on YouTube, Illuminati, all that crap is up there.
It's like Dave went to Africa and came back in a different body. I'm just like, okay.
He got reborn.
Right.
He got reincarnated.
That's
That's
not
like Snoop Dogg talking about he's Bob Marley reincarnated. I'm like, I don't think you understand how reincarnation
Like
works,
they say,
bro.
that's all. That's not
obviously
worth
it
listening to.
Obviously.
Yeah, because you have to
That's
die
like Trump's
and then come
tweets.
back
Right.
to be reincarnated. Like,
They say Kodak Black is a clone now.
Gucci Mane is a clone.
Yeah.
I'm like, what would anybody gain from making these fools clones?
Right.
Yo, surprise guy, I am a clone now. Just switched yesterday.
All right, so I did want to formulate some type of team though, because I went away from the mic, so I don't think they heard that. I want to formulate a team, and this team I want it to be called Troll Patrol. It's very catchy, and what they do, Troll Patrol, yes.
I got you.
And what they do is they patrol people's news feeds, and when they find a troll, they persecute him with extreme prejudice. Yeah, him or her. Because trolling is not mutually exclusive to any gender, or those who believe in more than
like
two
a
genders.
real
Then
thing, or are you trolling?
50.
But what if somebody just wanted...
I'm not trolling. I want to formulate a team called Troll Patrol, and they will eliminate trolling across the internet.
Who's the person that's gonna like regulate this so like it doesn't be like somebody that they don't like just put on the Troll Patrol?
You know what, man? I'm gonna leave that to the people to decide, man. It's
that's gonna get crazy.
It's gonna be open source, just like Linux, open source.
Good luck.
What?
We'll see how
I
it
mean,
goes.
but
You don't need no type of structure when
we
it comes
troll
to that.
sometimes.
Yeah, we troll, but that's behind closed doors.
Isn't
It's not on social media.
isn't trolling subjective?
Wow.
Your word. I had to use it. I had to use your word.
Are you
Who man
subjectifying?
Isn't it subjective? Yeah, that's exactly what he would have said. I didn't even say it like him.
But yeah, so let's talk about Haunting on Hill House on Netflix.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, if anybody is listening, I will drop a hyperlink, not a hyperlink, but a quick link in the video description so you can skip this if you haven't seen Haunting on Hill
Or
House.
your stupid ass should have been watched it. So,
Or you should have been watching it because it's that good of a show. However, let's get right into this, man. So I think this is probably the best horror series that I've ever seen on anything. And I know American Horror Story is pretty good. I haven't seen it.
It's a close tie. It's a close tie.
I haven't seen it, so I couldn't say.
Yeah, I
it's a
can't really
close
speak
tie.
on behalf of that, but from what I have seen so
Same
far,
thing.
it's my favorite
American
horror
Horror Story
series.
just got that longevity and it's been around and it's like it's been consistent. So it's like you can't just like I mean y'all can because y'all haven't seen American Horror Story, but it's like American Horror Story is like the OG. It's like Golden State right now. That's American Horror Story. It's kind of hard to beat. It really is. Well, Golden State not really hard to beat right now, but
What?
Whoa, we're not doing
Hold
this
on.
yet. We're not
They're
doing
not.
this yet.
So
not
let's
right now.
okay. Well, let's circle back around. So
That took a lot of energy for him to do that.
yeah, I had to buy my.
He said,
phone.
"Well, let's just."
let's not get
Did they
hasty.
win
now.
tonight?
All right.
Oh shit, they do play tonight.
I think the game's over.
It is over. They played at 7:30.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm getting distracted. So, Haunting on Hill House, so they have been renewed for season 2. I don't know how they're going to incorporate season 2 though, because when season 1 wrapped up, everybody had, from what I understand, left the red room except for like
Mom,
obviously
daughter.
the mom, the daughter, and the father. But
What was the
they were already
daughter's
dead.
name?
Which one? Nell.
Nell. That's
Yeah,
what it was.
no, yep. Yeah, she was the one that died. And the show, man, that whole thing with Nell was crazy, like with the hanging neck lady, and it
That
actually
was her
turned out
the
to be
whole
her the
time.
whole time. I was
That's
like,
nuts.
bruh.
I didn't see that coming.
No, I had no idea.
And I think that was the dope part about it is they made sure they kept you away from it for so long, like so you wouldn't even be suspicious that it was her.
Right.
Like
They did so much build up in the beginning though.
They
That's
did.
why I wasn't that interested in it in the beginning. Like there was a little bit of interest, but if I wasn't told by other people that show was so good, I probably wouldn't have stuck around that much because I'm not that big into horror.
Right.
But after you stuck in, I would say maybe around the 4th or 5th episode, that's where everything started tying in together.
Damn,
Stuff started getting mixed up.
They got me
I started, second / third episode for me was when I started like. Well, no, I think he's talking about where things start tying in. I think,
everything started tying in.
I got hooked on like episode 2.
Yeah, I got hooked on episode 2.
Yeah,
I started getting more interested. I say episode 3. I started getting really interested in it. Like then I was like kind of hooked a little bit. Like I got to find out what's going on.
See, with me,
now.
I'm an attention to detail type of person. So the reason what hooked me episode 2 is that the fact that you seen this house the whole time and you see the kid in the treehouse, but you never see a treehouse in the yard. Period.
Yeah,
so
that was the crazy thing.
Where the fuck is this treehouse even really at? Like that's what.
Right.
Like, see, I just noticed.
See, the
like
dance studios what got me. I
Yeah,
didn't
all of
understand
that
where
stuff.
that was at. I was like, where is this dance studio and why is nobody never went in there except for whatever her name was, the girl with the gloves.
The one with the big foot.
The girl with the gloves.
Was that the girl with the gloves?
That was the
it
one.
was.
Yeah, she was the dancer.
I forgot her name though.
Yeah, I forgot her name.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but the girl
Nell's
with the
the only
gloves.
one I remember. Nell and Luke, honestly. I don't
Nell
know
and
who I
Luke,
remember.
the twins.
Yeah, no, yeah. Matter of fact, I don't remember the brother's name either. Was it
I
like
don't know.
Seth or something like
Asshole,
that?
That was his fucking name.
He was an asshole, man. He was pissed me off the whole damn series, man. I was like, this dude is a fucking dick.
Definitely.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it's a good thing though,
Just
because he played his
insensitive.
role the way he was supposed to, and that's a telling sign of any good actor.
He had to
Exactly,
be the
that's-
tough brother though. So that's
Right.
why I think he was so insensitive.
Well, the thing is, that nigga was insensitive.
No, there's a
because he
difference
just
between
was a
being
fucking
tough and being a
asshole.
dick. He was a dick.
Because
Like,
this nigga
Well,
he sold their story like without their permission first and foremost.
Well, his dad is actually mentioned that a lot of times that he was supposed to be the big brother, supposed to take care of everybody. So he
Right.
kind of filled that role, but in his own way, put his feelings to side to try to take care of the family or whatever, or try to help or whatever.
True, I
and
can see that.
that could have made him insensitive growing up, but still.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I could see that. No, it's definitely.
But
it's
he's still
definitely
an
something.
asshole. I'm just saying.
No,
There's a
definitely.
reason to.
I
I
kind
guess.
of wish he would have died, but
Nah, I don't wish
they
he
weren't gonna
died.
do that. I wish he would have died.
Well, it's all good. I mean, it's not like he's
Maybe
not
they'll
like
kill him in season 2, huh?
he's not like on the level of like Game of Thrones Joffrey or like
Couldn't speak on.
Ramsay Bolton. Oh, you don't you haven't watched Game of Thrones?
Sorry,
Neither
I
of you
watched a
have?
little bit.
not into the medieval and dragons. And
It was so I'm so behind on it.
I'm
It's-
having a conversation by myself.
I have to take a lot of
Wow.
time to sit there and binge that. I'm so behind
Y'all
on
are
it.
missing out on life.
Aren't
I mean,
they?
I
Are
would
they
watch
done?
It, but I've always said I will watch it when it's finished.
Next season is the last season.
Yeah.
The next one. Okay.
Yeah, so-
So
That's
yeah,
what it
after
is.
next
this
season,
year.
I'll watch it.
Then I'll know how much I'm up against. Because if they just keep coming out with more, I'm like, I don't know about
Yeah,
this.
nah, man. It's been a long ride, man. It's definitely been a long ride. Like,
It's been around for about as long as Walking Dead, huh?
yeah.
If not longer.
Almost, yeah.
No, I think it's about equal because Walking Dead's on season 8 or 9.
They're gonna be going into 9.
Oh, into 9.
Yeah,
Okay, so
9.
Game of Thrones is going into season.
I'm a little bit behind on
8.
Walking Dead.
Correct, and 8 will be the last season, or is it 9?
You said
It might be
you're a little
9.
bit
I'm
behind
not sure.
Walking Dead?
Yeah. I am.
But I gave up on The Walking Dead, man.
I didn't give up. I
gave up.
I took time away from it.
I just stopped watching it. What'd you say?
Say wow.
Why? Why?
I did. Just say wow.
Does it baffle you?
Not really. I mean,
Okay.
because I didn't watch Game of Thrones, so I respect your decision.
One thing I liked about this horror, was that the ending, at least for this season, was good and bad. They didn't give you the complete everybody's happy, everything's back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
They're all out of the mess.
They left the door open for season 2.
They did leave it. They did a little bit because there was already so much answered. They just left a little bit
But
of tidbits.
It wasn't enough answered because nobody still don't know how come the father never got into the red room until the end.
Right.
Like nobody knows that.
How he got into
He
it?
never got into it. He was the only one who never was in the red room until the end.
Yeah,
He never went into
if
it.
you think about it, the mother had the
that's a
painting
good
room. The painting room for the mother was.
son had
He
the
never
game
had
room.
his
Son had the game
story
room.
of being in there.
He's
Right.
never, because he never. Pretty much what happened was pretty much what the red room was to distract the family from what was really going on in the house. Distract the fact that the house was really trying to kill them and capture their souls into the house.
But maybe that's why he never had issues.
No, his red, because he was blinded by the house in itself. He was so into wanting to build this house up and build this love for his family, and get to their real house, because they call Hill House the dream house, and the dream house was to get to their real house. He was so infatuated with that is that he didn't need a red room because he was so into fixing the house. Like his red room pretty much was the basement.
That's a good point.
Yeah, his red room was pretty much the basement.
Yeah,
that's where he was doing all the work at.
That's where they showed most of the work being done.
Because that's what it. But the leak was coming from the red room the whole time.
Oh yeah, but that was more of his attachment to something that was happening in the house.
But you said the leak was coming from the red room.
Was coming from the red room
really?
the whole time.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah, he said that. He said it eventually.
They could never get in there, but they knew the leak was coming directly from
exactly. They said that was the only place it could be coming from.
You know what? I remember now. There was an episode that I was like, "Those off on." That might have been it. Cause,
I agree.
I don't know why I would do this to myself. But I'd be watching scary shit before I go to sleep.
Because I never realized that the vanity that the brother got for the mom. I always I didn't pay attention where he got. You
said
it from.
The what?
The vanity that he got from the mom.
Yeah,
it came from the game room.
His game room. One of his rooms.
I never noticed that.
Yeah,
because that's why when he told the lady, when the lady was like, "Where'd you find it?" and he was like, "In the game room." She was like, "Game room."
I remember he looked at it. He was playing a game and he looked over at it was all dusty.
And he took it, but the thing is, he took it out because somebody else still seen it. So it's like,
yeah.
But they made it seem like once you're in the red room, you can't bring anything out because it's not a reality. But this nigga brought something out, so it's like,
yeah.
The door is wide open for season 2 as far as I'm concerned. Like
there is, that's why I said they left enough where it was definitely, and they can make other stuff happen too.
Yeah, previous owners, the people that was living in the woods.
Easy.
I like that theory with the previous owners.
Yeah, I like the previous owners
because I would be curious to see backstory to that house and
how
see
it originated.
Yeah, right. Because I mean, a house doesn't just get this malevolent entity about it. Maybe they did like a Ouija board shit or something.
Which one was it? Paranormal Activity 3. That was my favorite one.
I think I stopped.
That was the one when they were
girls and the grandma, and it showed you the backstory of why Katie ended up killing her sister in 2, and all of that shit. I'm like, now this shit makes sense. Now it makes way more sense. Because don't get me wrong, 2 was good. 1 is kind of for me. 2 was great, but 3 was like, damn. Now it ties everything together.
Right. I wasn't that big into it, but I'm glad that they had like some type of story to it though. That's the only thing I do like about horror movies, because like the jump scares I don't care about, or the like try to like make it intense to try to scare you, or that never gets me. I don't enjoy that. It doesn't bother me.
I think the horror genre is eliminating the jump scare. They're making scare movies more like this shit can really happen. Like,
ooh, but when
them jump scares be getting my ass, boy, I'm sorry.
When the sisters were in the Jeep. When they were in the Jeep and Nell's ghost popped out the back, that got me.
That scared the shit out of me.
It was just totally out of left field. I did not expect
it. Think of what moment scared me.
And I was like,
that was the only one that got me.
And I was like, if Nell was trying to protect everybody, why the fuck was she scared them while they're driving the vehicle?
It was because they were yelling. Yeah, they were arguing.
And arguing about stupid shit. I mean, I get what
she could have killed both of their asses.
I think they said something crazy. One of them said something crazy too. That's what it was. Yeah. It was something like really bad, and then Nell just like tried to put a stop to it, I guess, and yelled.
But yeah,
she did the same
then
thing
they really started breaking
too.
down and opening up to each other.
But yeah, I think, like I said, I think the horror genre is eliminating the jump scare thing and making it more of a reality. Like,
I hope so.
Like the new Halloween movie, for instance, it wasn't too many jump scares, but it was a lot of reality. Like what would stop a nigga from putting on a jumpsuit and a mask and pulling up to your crib and killing you? Like, it's very possible.
Right.
Like, it's very doable. Like, it's nothing majestic about it. None of that. Like,
shows that a lot of people could do something like that with like terrorists and stuff we've been dealing with in real life. Exactly. It just makes it more real that anybody could do anything at any time.
Absolutely. And I think that's why people like not this season, but the last season of American Horror Story, because it was called Cult. And pretty much what it was like a bunch of Trump supporters dressing up in these clown suits.
Wait, was it literally Trump supporters?
It was literally Trump supporters. Like, it was literally a group of Trump supporters. And when Trump won, like the leader, he was just like, now we have to go and get justice for our president. And his cult would dress up as these clowns. And like get good with like the kids or whatever, then go in their crib and kill the parents up. And they'll leave a smiley face on every door. But the kicker was like the whole cult was like the nicest people in the neighborhood that you would never think. So you're letting them in your house. You're telling them about your security systems. Like, you're telling them every fucking thing.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you dead the next morning.
Yeah, no, that's definitely
and I feel like
more real and relatable.
That's why a lot of people say, I don't understand how people say that that's the scariest episode, because it's real. Like, it could really happen. Like,
exactly.
You know,
especially these crazy ass supporters out here.
I like the I like scary movies that are more creepy than scary. Because if it's creepy, that'll like chill you to the bone.
Yeah, nah,
you know what I'm saying? Opposed to like a scare, which is temporary. Creepy is kind of like a lingering feeling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely like the creepy ones more. Like there was this movie called Don't Be Afraid of the Dark or something. Don't Be Scared of the Dark. And these people were living in this house and they had like these little like imps or like I don't know what they are. Like little,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it was like in the preview was like under the blanket, and the kid was like going on the blanket, and that thing like popped out.
Right.
Yeah. So that movie was creepy as a motherfucker. I was like, wow.
I think that's why the Insidious movies is probably one of my favorite movies to
Insidious
watch.
was
yeah.
Insidious was like really like it just gives you an eerie, creepy feeling. It's not really.
But
It has jump scares.
It had the storyline though.
It had a storyline.
I liked it because of that.
Insidious is one of the movies that when you're watching it by yourself, it's like you feel like somebody's behind you the whole time.
Because
Bro,
they do
for
do
real,
that a lot.
yeah.
They do
Hell
do that
yeah.
a lot.
Because they have the music, they have everything. Like they,
Yeah, the music was good.
James Wan
And they
is
killed it with that.
our generation's version of John Carpenter. I don't care what nobody say, but he's our version of that. Because every scary movie that he puts his hands on gives you that eerie feeling. From The Conjuring, from Insidious.
Bless you.
I think he co-wrote on the newest Halloween, if I'm not mistaken. And there's a couple other movies that he's done. But
That music track for
yeah,
Insidious,
man,
that was perfect for that type of stuff.
Wait, you talking about
killed
the track list, or you talking about the song by
The music they
Just
had,
everything that he uses
the music
throughout
they
the
had
music.
in the movie.
the build suspense music.
So
Like
you're talking about
everything.
Tiptoe Through the Window one?
Yeah, that was a creepy choice for him to use too.
But the thing is, it's not even a bad song, but the way they used the song with
Yeah.
it was mad creepy. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah,
Like, this is not even a
exactly.
bad song. It's just
It
like...
was, yeah, placement
well, actually,
and
no, because the
everything
dude that
was
made the song was pretty creepy
Nah,
himself.
he was creepy as hell.
Tiny Tim, I think was his name.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's very
exactly.
fucking weird.
That was a weird, creepy guy.
My kids love horror movies, but they will not watch Insidious. They not fucking with that one.
Yeah, no, that movie like really scared me. Like,
The
especially,
suspense of it scares me.
bro, like when the old lady had the vision, and then she like went in the room and she was like, "What do you want?" And then she saw that shadow figure in the corner, and then pointed at him. I was like, "Yo, like this is crazy."
They kind of made me mad, which I'm pretty sure that Insidious is not over with. I'm almost positive it's not over with because they never gave a backstory on the red dude from the first movie, the one who originally wanted the son. Like they just made him pop back up a couple of times, but nobody knows what his real sole purpose was for wanting that kid. And he popped up in the very last one at the end, so I'm like, they're definitely gonna do another.
He popped up in the last
They
one.
are.
Insidious
They
4?
did. They did
What-
lead up to that.
What was
So
Insidious
crazy.
for?
Insidious 4 was with the little girl, with the girl who knew the. Wait, I lied. The last Insidious was about the old lady that was helping.
old lady.
Oh, the nun, right?
Yeah,
Or is that something
Not the
different?
nun.
That's the nun is.
Oh, that's
into
the Annabelle
Conjuring.
one, right?
Yeah, and Annabelle,
Okay.
the Conjuring, and all of that.
Okay,
so
gotcha,
Last
gotcha.
Insidious is with the old lady that was having the visions and shit.
exactly.
She went back and found her family. Like, so her brother, who now has kids, and pretty much the granddaughter went into the further, got locked up in there. She had to go save her. Long story short, Elise is the old lady. Her mom's spirit came and saved her fucking ass because the monster they was dealing with, this nigga just shut your scream off. So it's like you're stuck in the further, you can't even scream, so you can't even contact your family at all.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
she gets saved, whatever. But the mind fuck was it looped everything back into Insidious 1. We're all the way on Insidious 4. And as she's looking for her granddaughter in Insidious 4, she walks past the room where Dalton fell off the ladder.
I remember that.
And she was forced with a decision: do I save my family or do I go save this nigga? So she's like, "Fuck this nigga! I'm going to save my family." But it just comes in full circle because she ended up
But
saving
it
this
added
nigga
that
anyway.
into the story,
Exactly.
which made you question, okay, what's that all about? Why they wouldn't have just put that there for no
okay.
reason?
And then at the end,
Gotcha.
she went to another family that needed her assistance, and the red dude is haunting this same girl. Like,
Oh, okay. Fuck was that?
I don't know. It's perfect for the podcast. But no, that was one thing I really. That's why I really enjoyed The Haunting of Hill's House, is because they had me thinking a lot,
Right.
while also enjoying the visuals, the things that were happening in there, even some of the creepy stuff. Like, I don't really get scared that much in horror movies, but like I put myself in the kid's shoes, like Luke when he was under the bed, and like the dude, like I call him the Slender Man. The big tall dude. I don't know why that came to me.
That joint kind of creeped me out, bro. I was like, yo, what is this?
But I remember when he was walking around the bed and he was just he went under the bed eventually when he got into the room, to their room. He went under the bed and he just, his long body just reached down, looked at him. And then that was it.
Yeah.
Like, I put myself in my shoes. If I was at that age, I would be terrified.
Yeah, absolutely.
Scary movies and shows piss me off because there's always some dumb shit that happens that gets them caught. And I'm like, you idiot. Like, you see him right
like
there.
they're going. Then when they went down to the basement, like, or he tried to go into, what's that thing called? The dung waiter?
Oh, the thing that goes up and down.
Yeah. It just ended up just going down instead of up.
Yep.
Yeah.
That joint was wild.
Never been in there.
Like, that joint kind of creeped me out too. I was like, y'all motherfuckers got zombies down here? Like,
man.
it's like, that's a Call of Duty crawler zombie right there.
I feel like a lot of, like, I don't know. It might just be me, but I'm starting to feel like series are better than movies nowadays.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's like...
You get more out of it.
Yeah, definitely. Like, character development, all of that. And it's like, not even just in the horror box. And like I tell people, it's just crazy how when you eliminate a writer from a certain show and bring in a new writer, how that writer changes the whole show. Like I was telling y'all about with The Walking Dead, because I was almost about to quit The Walking Dead, and that's saying something, because
I kind of fell off because of that
for a long time.
Right.
Exactly.
But then the new writer picked back up, and I mean, he literally only got one episode in season 8, and that one episode made me feel like episode 1 of The Walking Dead, and I feel like that's what everybody, like, that's what those fans been missing, that feeling. Like,
right.
Where's the story? Where's the betrayal? Where's any of that? Like, all of that's
the excitement. Yeah, looking forward to
just seeing Negan, just seeing Rick pass away and Negan coming from that cell was enough. Like, that was enough.
Because that's the main character. Rick, nobody wanted to see him go.
No.
And the good thing about Walking Dead was they did that to you. That's what got you excited. That's what made you watch the show and be like, is this character gonna die, or how is he gonna die, or what were they about to get into after that next episode? Like, even after the episode was about to end, they would lead up into the next episode, like giving some type of tidbit or a hint of something that might happen, something that might escalate.
I'm pretty sure the writers they knew they couldn't permanently kill Rick off. They had to just build that suspense that Rick is not.
You kind of can.
Like, me just foreshadowing, I feel like Rick is pretty much gonna come back the same way how he found Carla, his first wife. And he's going to come back. Michonne's going to either be pregnant or have the baby. His other kid is going to be grown, because apparently they're doing these movie series with Rick, and it's going to be like a 3-year time skip. So that would make that'll make his daughter, I think, maybe like 14, I believe. And if
wait, what? 14? I thought his daughter was an infant.
No, she's been grown. Yeah, you're way behind.
What?
You're way behind.
How far of a skip did they go?
They've been skipping like a lot lately.
But it's been a lot going on. I don't know how far you got into it. It's been a lot going on.
I stopped at the end of season 5, so I'm talking about like.
So you 3 seasons behind, bro.
Yeah, after Negan killed Glenn and them, and then after
they do time skips.
Rick was at the mercy of Negan for I believe between 3 years, I believe. That was their little time skip. And then they time skipped again. Well, now the time skips is a little further in the future.
Oh, okay.
So it's like they're way... Like, there's some things that happened between Rick and Negan and all them that we still haven't seen yet, because they time skipped ahead so far to when Negan got captured.
And that kind of leaves a lot to interpret, too. So it's not easy to predict what's going to happen in the next season.
So it's like... But the way how I see it now, with the Whisperers finally being revealed, like, to me, they should have been revealed 2 seasons ago, but that's just me.
Yeah.
But now that they're finally revealed, it's like... Rick has to come back, because he has to. There's no way they're not. And I feel like they wouldn't have killed Jesus off if they weren't going to bring Rick back.
They killed Jesus?
Yeah, they killed Jesus.
Why? What happened?
Well, he thought the Whisperer was a zombie, but it was a Whisperer, so he hit him with a nice little kung fu move and stabbed his ass in his lung.
Damn.
Yeah, it took him out instantly.
Damn, Jesus was lit too.
He was. He definitely was. But like a lot of people say, the previous writer, he was just lazy, and he wasn't really writing Jesus to Jesus' potential, and they really didn't know what to do with him, so they killed him off.
Jeez.
That's sad, because so many people fell off of Walking Dead, like including yourself.
Pretty much what he's doing is they kill Jesus off, and they're going to build Aaron into what Jesus was supposed to be. That's exactly what they're about to do.
I don't know who Aaron is.
Yeah, Aaron is the gay dude that was.
Oh, okay. He was the white gay guy. Okay, I got you.
I should remember this, but I don't right now. The Asian guy that they killed off already. Glenn, yeah. Glenn. What they did with Glenn is one of the things they did in the show that really kept me interested. Like when they killed them or fake killed them, brought him back, and then really killed them in like most like worst way, like most impactful way.
The thing with me though, when Glenn died, is like I don't know why people were so upset because they knew it was coming. Like even I didn't even read the comics, and I knew that was one of the deaths that was happening.
I did anticipate it, but not like that though.
It's like I just seen it like by accident, like because a couple of my friends they actually read the comics, so it's like
exactly.
Like, damn, like Negan really killed this nigga, like damn.
Yeah, and when they actually showed it, I was like, yo, this is
that's why
they did it.
I don't like Negan in Tekken. They should have put Negan in Mortal Kombat.
They put him in Tekken.
Yes, he's DLC for Tekken.
I heard about that. Yeah.
They definitely should have left him DLC for.
Definitely should have been Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Yeah, because of the gore and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It just would have made more sense.
I digress. Whatever. Okay, but yeah, that's why I think that you guys would love Game of Thrones though, because Game of Thrones has a betrayal. No character is safe. You will love a character, and you will have that character get ripped away from you. I promise.
I've heard so much good things about it.
Yeah,
it's just so far. I'm so far behind. I just know I have to set the time aside to actually get into it like I want to.
As soon as I heard it was only one season left, I'm like, I'm just gonna let that season finish out. Then I'm gonna binge it.
Why not? You might as well just like start binging now because it's gonna come out in April.
First of all, I don't have the money for HBO now.
I got HBO now. You use mine.
Okay.
Everybody on the podcast heard that. I'm a good guy. I'm very generous. No, but
everybody does that. Netflix.
Yeah, no bullshit.
Actually, I lied. I hope HBO doesn't see this. Speaking of HBO and films, how was your short film going as far as like this, developing the cast and the plot and the script and all that?
Everything is going well. The main thing that's giving me the issues, what you would think is the easiest thing, is coming up with a proper title for it.
No, that's the hardest part, man.
Like, cause okay, so here's the thing. So my movie, well, it's not just mine. It's me and my co-writer Leslie's. This shit has been in the work for like 2 years, and we came up with a name for it. Like back then, we called it Fear, but it was an acronym. But we've been so far away from it, we actually forgot what the acronym even stood for. So it's like, yeah, we gotta scrap this now, because it's like I had my kids. Then when I was ready to get back into it, she had her kid. So I'm like, oh yeah, well, we're going to just take this break, but we back at it now. So, but the title is probably the main thing that's, I'm not going to say a hold up, because it's not a hold up, because I'm still writing. We're pretty much almost done with the audition scripts. So that'll be, I plan on casting it before the year is out. At least the main cast, at least, because the support cast, that's going to be the easier part, but.
Right.
So we plan on doing that before the end of the year.
Yeah.
But the plot is, reading the plot, sometimes I forgot I even wrote this shit, honestly. Like, it's just such a fucked up plot at times. And it's like, just writing.
Made you question your humanity.
It does. It does at times. Because pretty much without subconsciously writing, the main character is like, I'm not going to say it is me, but it's based off of me in a lot of ways, because it's a guy, he's a photographer, and it's just like he's in this, where he lives is just so full of bullshit around all the time, and it's like his best friend, he's a good dude, but he's also involved in a street gang. He has a girlfriend who he's in love with, but she's very promiscuous and she's for everybody. So it's just like, it's going to be multiple storylines. It's not just one storyline is there. Because then you got the best friend whose father is also a private detective. So it's just like, you can just tie all that shit in together.
Have you seen Dear White People on Netflix?
I have.
So it's kind of like that, where they'll switch between like episodes, like whose stories being told and how they all tie in together.
Because that's kind of what we're back and forth on too. If we want to do just a full length movie, or if we want to break it down into a series.
I think a series.
We're definitely leaning more towards the series, because that gives us a little bit more leverage to like put out 1 or 2 episodes to see how the audience is feeling it, and then we can switch it up from there, instead of putting out a full project and everybody's like, oh, this shit sucks.
So that's what I liked about. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's what I like about series now. I think that's what people like, is because it gives the writers or the director or whatever to have more space and time to explain whatever story he's trying to convey to the audience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just give more space and more time to like, you know, express whatever he was trying to say about their story or whatever's happening in the scene.
Right, because when you're talking about movies, things that are like an hour and a half, 2 hours, you only have a limited amount of time to consolidate character development.
So much energy.
You can only put so much in 2 hours. So when you have a series and you could do hour-long episodes,
and then you also got to think about like in terms of, well, I know me personally with underground movies and all that. If it's an hour and 30 minutes, if my attention's not caught in the first 10 minutes, I'm cutting that shit off. So
absolutely,
that's true too.
Like, my attention span for underground and B-roll movies are not that long. So
I got you.
So it's like,
so let me pitch this to you. Have you considered doing like a web series?
Yeah.
Okay, so like the one of the people I interviewed recently, Brian Thompson, he made the Miami Web Fest down in Miami, and they have web series all the time that come up there and they advertise their show. They have a lot of companies that come out there and actually view these web series or view the awards that are received and things like that. And, and kind of sometimes will give out deals. So like HBO goes there sometimes. I think Netflix. So Netflix actually picked up. You've seen Insecure, right? Mm-hmm. So Insecure used to be a web series. It was actually a web series. I'm not
surprised about that.
Yeah, so it was a web series that was adapted by Netflix, and then they made their own spin on it. So I mean, the potential for growth for web series is there.
Absolutely.
So I would recommend doing web series, just because you can definitely capitalize on that for the long run.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, we talking about this like you're not about to be a part of this too, though. So.
Alrighty. Well,
you're part of Teammate Productions, and it's a Teammate Production, so.
Okay, well there we go.
Just letting you know.
All right, well
I don't need your acting skills.
Wrapped
though.
Up in that. What's up?
I don't need your acting skills. Though.
You don't need my acting skills?
Nah, I'll let you debut with Aric project with that.
You don't think I can act?
No, I'm just saying Aric asked you first, so I'm pretty sure mine will be done before Aric. So.
Hey man, well, you know what? The offer's on the table. So if you need somebody, just let me know, man.
At least I know that.
Absolutely. So I don't know if you indulge in anime, Anthony, or how much you do.
Oh, here we go.
But
no,
you not at all. Would you like to
borderline racist?
Low key. Would you like to get introduced to anime?
I'm cool with that.
So
there's an anime for everybody.
There's definitely an anime for everybody.
I believe.
But I would recommend for you to start off though. It's Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. It is a very good starter anime in my opinion. It's just long enough. It's got enough story. It gets you wrapped up in it. It's got action too. It's got all the elements that you would need.
All the
in
basic
a good anime.
animes of a great anime that that you need. I will agree that anime has
and it's not exhaustingly long as like some
it's
animes.
Like, what, 50?
It's like I think it's like 50 or 60 some episodes. It's nothing crazy. Opposed to like animes like Naruto or One Piece, which are like hundreds of episodes. You know.
Well, there's
Naruto's a great starter too, but it's a commitment.
Just, you're going on the journey,
right?
When you start that.
Well, do you know the reasons why?
Why what?
I haven't had much interest in it.
Let's hear it.
Okay, well, there's a couple of reasons. One is because of that. The episodes, there's a lot of episodes. I'm very far behind, and usually stuff like that, including like Game of Thrones, I try to set a lot of time to like really take a lot of time to get started and get involved in it, and, like catch up to it. But one of the reasons why, and maybe it's not a good reason, but it has the reason why I haven't been doing it.
We'll let you know.
Is I'm more drawn to. I used to watch a lot of cartoon stuff, a lot of animated stuff, but I've been a lot more drawn to more real life things. So stuff that's actually not cartoonish, just more real people. Real situation.
Well, I mean, when you watch anime, it's for the story and it's for the plot. It's for the action because there's a lot of things that happen in anime that you can't see in real life.
Anime and cartoons a little.
I know it's not the same.
Yeah, because it's like to me, anime is like it's real shit, but it's just animated.
Right.
Like to me, if an anime looks too kiddie, I'm not watching. That's number 2 reason why I'm not watching One Piece because it looks stupid to me. It looks too cartoony. it looks like some shit that my kids will want to watch, so I'm not watching it.
Right.
Same thing with Hunter x Hunter. I'm not watching it, like, because it looks too cartoony.
And that may be my problem, man.
Yeah.
That's what I say. It's an anime for everybody. Like, for me, if an anime's graphics is not a certain way, I'm not watching it.
That's
like,
probably what it is for me.
Because I think I was spoiled a little bit in a sense. Because, like I said, my first anime I ever watched was Death Note, which the graphics for that weren't all that crazy.
It was great for the time,
dope.
though.
Yeah, it was dope for its time. And then it was the Fate Zero series. That shit set the tone for me.
Ain't nothing touching Fate. Ain't nothing touching Fate, bro.
Yes, but that shit set the standard as far as animation
like,
for me.
I have never seen.
Anime.
I've never seen a better animated anime than that,
bro. Like, it's like you could tell them niggas sat down and was like, if there's a way you could put Savage and Majestic in the same thing, like, it's Fate Zero. Like,
Suggestic.
Yeah.
And see, I think
start off with a short anime. Start off with a 12-episode anime.
Hey, matter of fact, I got the perfect one. It's called Erased.
Yes, that's exactly what I was about to say.
It's like 10. Erased is 10 to 12 episodes. It's not unrealistic at all. Like, it's not like people flying around using superpowers. It's very realistic.
Dope
but
storyline.
The story is phenomenal, man.
Well, I don't mind it having superpowers or anything like that necessarily. I think it may have something to do with the graphics.
Yeah.
And
the graphics on this one are great too. So.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
It may have something to do with the graphics and sometimes like the storylines, like the way they do the storyline.
Absolutely.
Like sometimes I don't know.
For instance, with Dragon
I don't
Ball Z.
like kitty jokes or like something like that was a basic joke. Like that's cool for the moment, but it's not something that's gonna tie me in to a whole series or a whole
everything you're
the
saying
whole show.
Is I can't say that those are bad reasons because that's exactly the reasons why I don't watch certain anime. Like, for me, I'm not gonna watch Dragon Ball Z because I know Goku's gonna win every fucking fight he's in eventually. So
Well, stuff like that too. Yeah,
I'm not gonna watch it. There's no point. Like, I know Vegeta's gonna try his hardest. He's gonna fail. Goku's gonna come in. He's gonna try. He might lose the first 2 rounds.
But eventually he's coming back.
He's gonna get a new level, and then he's gonna win the fight. Like, it's the same shit.
I call those ass pulls.
Yeah,
it's
pretty
literally
much.
Someone pulls something out their ass.
The same thing with Naruto. Like, Naruto's gonna win every single fight. Granted, yes, you do know Naruto's eventually going to win every single fight because the show's called fucking Naruto. But Naruto's taking some L's too.
Yeah, he's taking plenty of L's.
He's taking plenty of fucking L's. You cannot say that Goku has taken a legit L. And that nigga is still around to talk shit about the L that he's giving Goku.
I mean, the only L that you could say that he received, which was inadvertent, was Cell.
Yeah?
Because Cell, he took Cell to Kai's planet and blew up, and then he was dead.
I mean,
and then came back later.
He technically didn't beat old dude in Super either. He technically did.
You talking about Hit or Jiren?
Well, Hit either. But
yeah, true. Hit and Jiren. Yeah,
Jiren. From the Tournament of Power. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he technically didn't beat that nigga either.
That's true. Because he tagged team with Frieza
and
17. I mean, it wasn't just him.
I mean, alright, Goku took a couple of L's, but still, we ain't talking about this nigga.
But definitely not.
Erase, definitely. And if, like, I feel like Erase, or I don't know if you ever seen Another. Another is like...
Oh, it's called Another?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I haven't seen
It's
that.
like the final destination of anime.
Oh, I don't know if I want to see that.
Nah, bro, it's pretty dope, actually. It's a little gruesome, but it's actually pretty dope. The storyline's pretty dope. And the ending is just like... If Haunted Hill House was an anime, the ending is equivalent.
Okay.
To Another.
How many episodes is it?
It's only 12. It's a quick
anime.
anime.
Yes. No, I'll go through that in like a day.
Exactly. And then it's like the thing.
Is it 20-minute episodes or hour episodes?
They're like the 20, like the 30.
Oh yeah, I'll go through that in a day.
Easy. They quick.
Yeah.
Easy. I feel like, to me, Another and Erase, they're the only 2 short animes I've ever indulged in.
Have you seen A Comic Good Kill?
Oh yeah,
it's like 23 episodes, 24.
Yeah, so I guess those are like my favorite short animes.
I really enjoyed A Comic Good Kill because the
Savage level was 1,000.
The Savage, it was so crazy, bro. I was watching it and like literally it was like Game of Thrones. Like if you love the character, they died.
Yeah,
literally, that's what it was.
Exactly what it was.
And then you thought the main character was Homeboy, and then you realize, oh shit, the show's called A Comic, so it's not him. And then you're like, oh damn,
And then it's like I felt bad for so many of my friends who wanted to watch it but got spoiled because it's like they were robbed of a great experience, and it's like it sucks when.
Oh, you're talking about like spoilers? Like,
yes, like when you invest so much time in the anime and then you just get on Facebook and it's just like it's all snatched away from you like in an instant. That's how I don't know if you watched the Anime K Project, but I watched 24 of the 25 episodes and the finale got spoiled for me. And I was just like...
Okay, so I got a question.
What's up?
All right, so what would you consider one of the most realistic looking animations? Like on the sense of
Final Fantasy 7.
Definitely.
Have been children.
Well,
Any Final Fantasy.
any Final
movie?
Fantasy, honestly.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead. My bad.
My bad.
I heard real life, so I was like, yeah.
I know, no, but you may be spot on with it. But I just wanted to finish, like, clarify what I'm trying to say. It's
Okay.
like I've seen some animes where they'll be talking, their body stays still, their mouth just moves, but their body doesn't move or anything. Or stuff like I don't really.
The North Star.
It may have a good storyline, but I'm a very visual person as well, so that stuff it just like goes right in and out.
Yeah, like I told you,
like
like you pretty much have the same phobias that I have in anime. So I wouldn't
probably,
recommend you anything that I wouldn't watch. Honestly, like
All right.
And you know, like hey, bro, I recommend anything to you that's good. I will never lead you astray, especially with anime, because I know anime is very.
That one anime you showed.
People are looking at
that had some funny moments.
Oh, Asobi Asobase with
that one.
the spicy.
Yeah, that was hilarious with the baby. That was hilarious.
Yeah, no, that's more of a gag anime though, because you have different like genres in anime
people don't
too.
understand that there's a list of like just like there's genres of everything else. There's genre anime. That's why I tell people there's an anime for everybody. Legitimately,
Yeah, you got
like
comedies,
China
action,
would tell you,
mystery.
I would never watch no anime. I hate anime. She watched Sword Art Online. It's her favorite fucking thing in life. Like,
I hate. Well, the first season was great.
have you watched the new season?
Nah, cause so season 2 is when they started doing that fairy bullshit, right?
Well, that's part 2 of season 1. Season 2 is the Gun Gale. So season 2 is actually lit as fuck.
Oh,
And then there's Gun Gale Revert. So it was like the backstory of Gun Gale. And now there's a new season of Sword Art.
So are they still trapped online in Sword Art in the second season?
Well, in the second season, it's not necessarily trapped. They can go back and forth, but it's like once you just gotta watch it.
I'm about to say, because like you figure people would learn by now. Like if you got trapped in season 1 and you get trapped again in season 2,
I'll say that
it's your fault at this
season
point.
2, Kirito is just the main target, so it's not about everybody.
Kirito, is that the main dude from season 1?
He's the main target in season 2, so it's not necessarily everybody's trapped.
For anybody watching,
more
I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I'm with you though. Sword Art had the potential to possibly be top 5 until they did that fairy shit.
Yeah,
They
that
lost
just
me
killed
with
it
that.
for me. I stopped watching after that.
But they made up to it in Gun Gale, and so far they're making up for it in the new season. So,
Okay, and the new season's Reverb, right?
well, that's the one before the new season.
So
there's another new season that just dropped.
season 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, technically season 3. It dropped the same. It's dropped the same day that Attack on Titan ended.
I'm pissed at Attack on Titans doing these 13 episode seasons, man.
Yeah,
It really.
the first season gave us 20, right?
Yeah, the first season was like 22 episodes.
Yeah.
Then second season
That
it was
same
like
energy.
13. I think it's because
I don't think they were expecting it to be as great as it was. Honestly,
not only that, but the manga is catching up very
Well,
quickly
it
to the
is, it
manga.
is.
So if
Same
they were to
thing with,
do 20 episodes, then
same thing with My Hero.
yeah.
That's why My Hero's taking a longer break this season to next because it's catching up rapidly.
So to give you some backstory, and there's these things called manga, which is basically like a comic book.
I know what that is.
Okay, yeah. So like it's basically like how we have like in America we have comic books, and then we have the animated versions, which are cartoons. With anime, it's Japanese. It's the Japanese version basically. So manga is a Japanese comic book basically, and then
Because the animations are
Right.
originally from Japan.
exactly, and then the anime is the animated version of the manga. But
You know what anime really sucks?
what?
Jaden Smith's anime.
Yeah, I heard Jaden Swift made
Oh,
anime.
he
I was
has
like, I might
an
be
anime?
gonna-
That shit sucks.
Yeah, I
What
was
is
like,
it
I'm not even
called?
going to try it.
I forgot what it's called, but it's on Netflix.
Why
And
does it suck?
It
though?
just sucks. Like
Like the graphics or
the graphics
the
are actually
story?
not that bad, but the story is garbage, and it's like it has potential, but it's so Americanized that it doesn't make it. To me, it doesn't make it anime. It just makes it a cartoon. Like it's like Static Shock 2.0 to me.
Right.
Like, that's
Okay.
what it is to me.
You know, another good short series for you to watch is Castlevania. You need to watch it too.
Oh,
I know
that's
you
on
haven't watched it.
Netflix.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's on
I need to
Netflix.
watch it.
And that's you sure that's good for me?
Anthony,
Okay. I'll check
I'm
it
telling
out
you, bro.
then. That's
That-
an easy one. I can go on Netflix and just watch
that
it.
junk is phenomenal.
But most of these animes that we just named are on Netflix.
Yeah, but Castlevania
I
is
think
phenomenal.
another is
man.
not on Netflix though.
Probably
What,
not. Erased isn't on there either.
Nah, Hulu.
It's not.
It might
Okay.
be,
It's on Hulu. But you can always go to Watch Cartoons online. You get any anime you want.
or you could just use my VRV account. That's fine too.
Or that too.
Yeah,
That's fine. You're just giving out
You
accounts.
got
huh?
everything.
Why don't you just tell everybody?
yeah. No, I'm not gonna do that.
I know.
These people don't get that privilege.
Oh, okay.
I'm weak.
Only my circle. That's it. But yeah, man. I think we had a good conversation here today. The giveaway details I will be announcing separate from this because I was an irresponsible adult and did not do the raffle prior to the podcast, so I'm not announcing it here. I know.
We've been giving this picture away for 2 weeks now.
Hey, look, man, better late than never.
Well, I do want to add something, and it's a question to you. Do you want to tell the audience what went wrong or what happened with the wall? Do you not? I'm just saying, it's up to you. Hey,
look,
give consent.
To whom it may concern, the idea behind the wall was I was going to build a recessed bookshelf because it's just an empty wall. It's an open wall. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, I was thinking that this wall was the outlet to the space that's over my staircase.
The interior wall.
Correct. Mm-hmm. So, took the drywall down. After I took the drywall down, I cut through the it's basically like plywood, pretty much, the border that they use for the house.
Yeah.
And when we pulled that out, there was a little hole. I was like, okay, this is good enough to peek through to see what's on the other side. So I looked through the hole and I saw across the street and I saw vehicles and I was like, this is outside. This is not good. So I fucked up. So what I did was I had to, run to where did I go? I went to Walmart. I bought some weatherproof silicone, and I put that over the hole just as a temporary placeholder until I got some new siding to put up. And then put the wood back, put all the insulation back. Had to go to Home Depot the next morning. I had to buy drywall. I had to cut it out the shape, and then I had to put the shape up in there, drill it into the studs, and then do all the putty and then the tape. And it was extra. It was a process, but
okay.
It's a learning experience. I learned from it.
Yeah, I was about to say, what do you have to offer the audience? Probably maybe help them with any projects they try to tackle that are maybe similar to what you were trying to do.
Do some research. Make sure you have all your ducks in a row before you go taking walls down, and that's pretty much it. That's the main part is having all your ducks in a row because nothing's worse than having an idea to do something and then starting it and then you're like, oh shit, I fucked up, and then you have to actually go back and fix it or improvise. There's nothing wrong with improvisation, but when it comes to,
I like that word.
You like that word?
Yeah.
I knew you would. But when it comes to actually sitting there and fixing a mistake and correcting a mistake, it is a learning process. You do learn from it, and it gives you skills for if you actually have to do it, and it's not even a mistake. It's intentional. Oh yeah, I want to do this, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the skills I learned. But yeah, man, just doing your research, having your ducks in a row will definitely help and pay out in the long run because then you know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly what you need to do. I was kind of just winging it.
Be like that sometimes.
It do be like that sometimes.
Yeah, which you have had a lot of projects in the past which have been successful, but I feel like this is the one where you kind of came at a dead end and kind of taught you something about your DIY projects. Yeah, at least definitely. I'm pretty sure now in the future you're going to go across stuff and that's going to go through your head and you're going to double check and make sure that you don't get into something that's going to be a dead end or not go anywhere maybe.
And first of all, fuck you, Sam, if you're listening to this, because this was his fault. Because
I know he did egg you on.
He hyped me up.
Yeah, he did.
He was
I know he did.
Yeah, man, we could do this now. I was like, man, fuck it, let's do it.
But it ain't his house, though.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I got hyped up, man. I was like, you know what? Yeah, we can do this now. Let's get it. So we started knocking the wall down, and yeah.
Damn.
It's all good. Learning processes, people. Life is a learning process.
Some things are easy, and some things are hard.
No, I mean this whole thing was easy. I mean, fixing it and stuff was easy. It was just a pain in the ass.
It was easy, but then it became harder because now you made a problem and then had to fix it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
It would have been easier if you figured out, I couldn't do it, and then just didn't do it. The ball would be the same. You wouldn't have to paint everything.
Definitely true. But just to announce to everybody, so everybody that follows me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc., they already know that the podcast is now available on Spotify. We are currently pending process through Apple Podcasts, so we'll be on Apple Podcasts soon. So we're on Spotify, we'll be on Apple Podcasts, we're on Google Podcasts, we're on a few other platforms.
What about Tidal?
Tidal, no. So Tidal actually doesn't even have a podcast section. So Tidal.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that.
Niggas.
Wow, that's
Local ass bitches.
That's a downfall.
Hey man, talk to Jay-Z about that. That's not my
Is he
business
just
venture.
on Jay-Z?
I mean, I think it's up to his whole team.
I guess, yeah, if he wanted it, it would be on there.
Right, absolutely. But
Man, Jay-Z.
yeah. Hope if you're listening to this, which I know you're not.
Wow.
Get your shit together, man. Let's get some podcasts on title.
Wow. Somebody's probably going to, like, tell Hov one day.
Nah.
Yo, these guys talking crap. It's like, everybody talking crap.
Yeah, if that was the case, everybody be have hits out on them.
That's true.
A lot of people be talking shit.
Hey, since we not doing the raffle, can we add something on to the raffle prize?
Like?
I'll throw, like, let me think what I can do for these nice people who watch our podcast. I got it. I'll make a code, 25% off the merch store.
Okay.
I think that's pretty nice for them.
Off your website.
Okay.
Yeah, off my merch
So
store.
in addition to the Shiino exclusive photography, the photograph that you'll be receiving with the raffle, you'll also receive a 25% off code for his online store, so you could purchase any kind of apparel or imagery. And does the code, does that also apply to photo shoots as well?
Yeah, it does. It's
Okay.
site-wide.
Okay, so site-wide, 25% off if you do win the raffle. So stay tuned for that. I'll be announcing that on Facebook later in the day. And that's all I got. Y'all got anything else?
Nah.
All right. We
That's
lit.
pretty
75 Junction out.